Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going over some of my recent pulls and pickups. A lot of stuff that I've done off camera, but some stuff I've done on camera too, but still cool cards. The very first thing we're going to look at today is this Itali Primal Storm. This is a promo that I've recently picked up out of a mystery power box from Walmart for Magic. But I opened 2 boxes and I got, out of my 4 promos, 3 of these. But it's a pretty cool promo from 2018. I'd never had one of these before. I know a lot of people that pulled these from these mystery power boxes did not really, like having this, but I don't mind it. Go ahead and put it right there. The next pickup, and that's all I'm going to show for Magic in this one, because most of my Magic cards I've gotten are pulls that we've recently gotten out of the last couple of videos. But this is another one, MetaZoo, card that is a promo that came out of a Walmart box, a 3-pack box. I have opened a couple of them on my channel before, but this one in particular came out of a box that I opened. I believe it was my last drill weekend. I went to base, kind of opened it off camera by myself. So there we go. Continuing on with the MetaZoo trend here. This is from Nightfall. This is Adam Ackler. And specifically, this is the reverse hollow version. And the way you can tell is that the character itself is the hollow pattern, whereas a normal hollow would be all of the background. But this is illustrated by Chris Campman, who we had on the podcast. If you guys aren't familiar, I'm part of a 4-man podcast, Cardboard Addicts Podcast. And the first artist we ever had on was Chris. So shout out to Chris. And if you like MetaZoo, or if you like this style artwork, check out MetaZoo. My next pull, or card I bought rather, is the regular hollow version. And as you can tell, there's the difference right there in the hollow patterns for MetaZoo. So the regular, this one down here was the reverse. But the reason I picked up these Adam Acklers, I know nothing about the storyline of MetaZoo, but one of my podcast mates, Grumpy Charizard, was showing me that there's a Harry Potter character in Nightfall. Once I saw it, I realized I had to get it, so there we go. Moving on from MetaZoo to Flesh and Blood, we've got Prism, Sculptor of Arclight. Now this is one I believe I may have showed off before. I'll take it out the top loader here. But this is a full art promo hero of Prism, the adult version. So if you don't know, Flesh and Blood has two different game types, and one uses uses adult heroes, and the other one uses young heroes. The difference can be found most typically in their life count. But the first deck I ever played in Flesh and Blood was with Prism, so she kind of has a special place in my heart. Next up, we have Alexi Livewire. She's from one of the newer sets, Tales of Aria. An Elemental Ranger. I believe the first Elemental Ranger we got. Really cool art as well. This one is the adult version of the hero as well. Was a really cool promo, and I really liked Tales of Aria, so it was worth picking up. The last Flesh and Blood card I have here is my first cold foil from Everfest, which is the newest Flesh and Blood set. It's kind of hard to see the cold foiling. But you can kind of see it on the outsides there, the edges, and then the actual talisman. Not a very expensive or rare card, I guess. It is a rare, but as far as cold foils go, that's not one of the big hitters. Alright, so next up we're going to get into some Harry Potter, which is one of my personal favorites. I love the foiling on these. This one is Gryffindor Match. Very easy card to play. It only takes one Quidditch lesson type. But to win, do 12 damage to your opponent while this card is in play. Harry Potter was a great TCG that definitely did not do well in its time. But I feel like if they tried reviving it today, an official revival, it would take off. But this was all of these Harry Potter pulls you're about to see are cards that I've pulled on a live stream with the Cardboard Addicts podcast, or they are pulls from my son and I when we open some packs off camera. So here we have the Self-Stirring Cauldron. This is from the Diagon Alley set. So was the Gryffindor Match. But very, very cool card as well. This is one of those nice lesson boosting cards. Very cool. Next up is Hagrid Needs Help. This is an adventure card and one of the best adventure cards you can get in play in the Harry Potter TCG, which by the way does have a revival group out there. They are not official. It's a fan-based revival group, but very, very fun, and they are awesome people all the same. But this card in particular has helped me win some matches and was key in helping me make it to the semifinals in last year's tournament. Letters from No One. This has some better foiling on it, I think, but another really cool adventure. Your opponent may use actions only to draw cards. And to solve it, your opponent discards 5 cards from his or her hand. Not a great adventure, but it could slow down your opponent for sure. Next up, we have the Nimbus 2000 Broom card. Which is another good one if you're playing a Quidditch deck, then this is certainly the way to go. And in fact, my deck was a Quidditch deck. I had, as my character was Madame Hooch, so I had a broom which was the Nimbus 2000. It does come in handy when it provides that lone Quidditch lesson type. Here's a very recent pull. Oops, I'm dropping it. See if I can get it back in here. Another recent pull. Wow, this one's like slippery, going right on the sleeve. Trevor, the Toad. A nice rare foil from Quidditch Cup. When you play this card, you may put a lesson card from your discard pile into your hand. Whenever a spell card damages you, you may let Trevor take that damage instead. It's a good little scapegoat card, if you will. And here's where we get some of the cool cards. This is a premium foil card of Martys Flint. And as you can see, I don't know how well it's actually coming through on the camera, but the card actually moves because it's a 3D card. You can kind of see the Quidditch hoop over here going in and out of frame. But this is a really cool premium foil. My son has some amazing luck when it comes to pulling characters out of Harry Potter packs. But a Quidditch Cup card is a unique wizard from Slytherin. I've actually not played any opponents who started with Martys Flint, but there you go. And this is the one that Grumpy Charizard is probably going to be most upset about, because all these packs, these Quidditch Cup and Diagon Alley packs, we split. We bought a booster box of each set and then split the packs. And this was the very last pull out of the Diagon Alley packs that my son and I had to open. We did not get very many hollows out of Diagon Alley, but the one we did get was the famous Harry Potter, and this is probably one of the rarer cards in Harry Potter to get. See, there you go. You can see him a little bit better here. But overall, a really nice card. This is definitely going to be one I submit to get graded. It has very, very good centering. The edges are a little bit questionable down here, but given the state of the game, the cards, and how old they are, they may grade easier. I'm not really sure. But now we're going to move on to Pokemon, which is the bulk of my cards over here. And got a couple pickups. I got a couple of 3 to be exact. This has 2 cards in it of Lance's Charizard V. I've only opened one of each box, the Dark Sylveon and the Lance's Charizard, and these were, I think I got all 3 of these for $1 in an auction. So, was not a bad deal, and I figure, you know, their Charizards are, they're kind of worth the investment, right? We got 4 Dark Sylveons. All part of the same auction, same person that I got the Lance's Charizards from, but different auction, and these were $1 for all 4 as well. Nobody was bidding on these apparently. But, 4 Dark Sylveon for $1 is a pretty good steal, in my opinion. And I'll take it. So next up is a card I've been wanting to get for a while. A lot of trainers I've missed out on in some of the more recent sets. But this one, Kieran's Conviction out of Battle Styles, I believe. Could not pull. Opened a lot of Battle Styles and could not get this pull. So a year later, I figured it's time. Just pull the trigger, buy the single. It's going to go into my full art trainers binder. And, it's actually very well centered. This could potentially have a shot at a PSA 10, and it may be part of a future submission. So who knows? If I do some future submissions, I will for sure do a video on the cards I'm going to send. But the other card, I got the rainbow foil version of that same Karen. I know a lot of people are not into the rainbows. I mean, the full arts are definitely more desirable. They're better looking. But still something about the rainbow foils that is still pleasing to the eye. Alright, next up. Got this, this was not a pull, this one was. When I bought having a hard time pulling this one as well, and I would still love to pull it, but Cynthia's Ambition. I'm a big Cynthia fan. And for those of you who do not know, I kind of got my obsession with Cynthia from Hidden Fates. And the reason for that is I pulled every card, just about every card from Hidden Fates, to include a couple shiny Charizard GXs, but I could not pull Cynthia's card. That full art Cynthia, for whatever reason, just avoided me like the plague, and I could not do it. And as you know now, it is very difficult to find Hidden Fates for a decent price, and it's not worth opening. So I bought the single then, and it's just been a chase for me in every set that Cynthia's in to get that card. And although I'm not done buying Brilliant Stars, I figured I would just buy it, maybe take a little bit of the pressure off, and maybe that's what I need to do in order to pull it. But I got the rainbow version as well. This one's a little dirty, it looks like. But, yeah, there's like a smudge on the sleeve here. But I bought this one from the same person. They gave me a pretty good deal for both. And it's just 2 cards that I wanted to get out of the set. And it's worth buying them when they're pretty cheap in terms of singles. So we got the rainbow as well. Next one is Roseanne's Backup, another card that there was a lot of good trainers in Brilliant Stars, and I wanted this one as well. thought I would have pulled it by now, to be completely honest, but it has not happened. So we bought it just in case. If we pull more, then that's even better. I think the only trainer I've actually pulled from Brilliant Stars at this point is the Kindler. I think I pulled 2 of them. But next card we have is Lady. And this is from a Sun and Moon set. I cannot remember. Maybe Celestial Storm? I'm not 100% sure, but another card that I was not able to pull, that I tried buying packs for and pulling myself, but just it never happened. So these sleeves actually have like the like bumps on them. Makes for some good ASMR scratching. Next up is Coach Trainer. And for those of you who don't know, my avatar, my logo that I had custom made for myself was based off of this trainer right here. So if you go look at my logo, my avatar, you'll definitely see it, especially in the way he holds the Pokeball. But it was a cool card, and I figured since it's my drawing was modeled after this, that it would be cool to have the card itself. So next up is Martys Pride, also from Brilliant Stars. This is another one that I won in an auction. I did not pull it. Would love to pull this card, but I saw an auction on a Facebook group, and it wasn't an auction. It was a Raz. I think it was like $1 spots, 25 spots. And I bought, maybe 5 spots and won it. So it's pretty cool for $5. I'll take that every single time. Very cool card though. I love the fact that it's in the stadium and she's like in the middle of a battle. That's the cool part to me. Alright, as we get closer to the end of the pile here, we get to some cool cards, some cooler cards. This is a vintage Neo era Kingdra. I got this out of an auction on a Facebook group again. I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups that buy, sell, trade. But this one was an auction. It was a group auction that had like over 700 cards listed. And I think honestly some of these cards just get lost in the mix. And if you're lucky enough to catch them as they post them and you bid on them, there's a good chance you're going to win it because nobody else is going to see it. I think that's what happened here because I got this for $1. It was pretty cheap. But it's a Kingdra. I believe I have the Japanese version, so now I have the English version as well. Next card is Steelix from the Neo era as well. As you guys know, Steelix is one of my favorite Pokemon. This one is a little bit worse for wear. There's like some dirt spots on here. It's almost like a chunk. It's not a chunk, but it's almost indented right there. But the hollow actually does not appear to have any kind of like scratching on it, which is amazing. But again, another card that from the same auction as the King Draw. I believe it got overlooked. It was only about $1 as well. Not bad little pickups here. I'm not really crazy about vintage, but gotta go with some good deals here. This one I believe was a freebie from said auction. If you purchased so many cards, they threw in some good stuff for you, and the more you purchased, the better the cards are. This one I bought from the guy before many times actually, so I think he rewarded me pretty decently. And I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a swirl. It's a double swirl actually right here. I'm trying to get that on camera, but I don't know if it's picking it up. But real cool card. I have this in English, so it's nice to have it in Japanese now as well. Next one is the Japanese promo version of this Arceus V alternate art. It's very cool. This is the promo you get if you pre-ordered the Japanese version of Legends Arceus. So there's a little bit of a story behind this. And some of you guys may already know, I pre-ordered the Japanese version of Legends Arceus along with the English version, and I got my English version, but when it came to the Japanese, I got a notification that it was shipped, and this was supposed to come with the game, mind you. Well, about a week later, after the game's release, I get a random email saying that my order was canceled, even though it was already shipped and on its way to me. And honestly, I don't know why it was even canceled, because I did not cancel it. But what ended up happening, I reached out to them, and they basically came up with something that they didn't. They made a mistake on the order. They sent out the game, or they sent out the promo without the game, and offered me a full refund, but they also said they could send me the game. I don't know how it happened. I told them I would take the game as well, since I had already paid for it. I didn't hear anything back for about 2 weeks, and then Amazon Japan refunded me. But I still got my promo card, which was really strange. It was, I'm happy that I got it, so I'll take what I can get. I'll have to order the game again, reorder it to get the game, but at least I got the promo with it, so guess it kind of works out, I think. Alright, second to last card was sent to me. Let's see if I can pull this out. I should have taken all the top loaders off first, but Japanese Slowking from the Neo era. There's a nice swirl right here in the corner. This one was sent to me by my buddy over in Japan. He's a Marine. He's my Japanese hookup. But he offered me a really good deal on this card. I also bought a box. I'll give you guys a sneak peek real quick at an upcoming video that I haven't recorded yet, but it's coming. got a Battle Region booster box, Japanese. But I will be doing a video opening these. So, if you're excited for that, make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comments below that you're excited for it. But the last card that I got recently was a long time in the making. And it's this bad boy right here. Shiny Charizard GX from Hidden Fates. And as you guys can see in here, there is a PSA sticker that's supposed to go in a slab. And if you guys cannot figure out what the error is here, it says it did not grade due to minimum grade. So what that means is that whenever you submit cards, you have to put a minimum grade that if it were to go low enough and hit that grade, that's the last grade you would get before they just send it back to you without putting it in a slab. The submission I sent in was actually sent with a bunch of other Charizards from other people, and the minimum grade was set to 1, which is the minimum grade you can get. But somehow they mistook it as 10. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this card was not going to get a 10 because it came back anyway. But after 2 years, you heard that right, of being at PSA, it is finally back home. And I haven't decided if I'm going to resubmit it to try to get graded. Honestly, at this point, I'm a little hesitant. But this was the first ever Charizard GX shiny that I pulled from Hidden Fates. It's actually the first Charizard card I pulled since I got back into opening Pokemon cards in 2019. So, the biggest, best pull, or return rather, that I got recently. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, if you did, please hit that like button. Helps me out tremendously. Appreciate when you guys do that, and it lets me know that you like the content. If you are not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And whether you're subscribed or not, comment down below if you like this kind of video, going over, like some collection pieces that I'm getting. I've got other ideas for videos, so in this same kind of tune. So let me know if you want to see more. But that is all I have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining me for this video, and we will see you in the next one.